everyone, Lisa Farrar here, your holistic health coach, helping you reach limitless well-being. And as you may know, February is National Heart Health Month. And the American Heart Association has estimated that 1 in 3 women will die of a heart attack or stroke. So we are wearing red and focusing on heart health this month to bring awareness. And today I wanted to share a heart-healthy Valentine's Day recipe with you. It's really quick and easy to make. And that is dark chocolate bark with goji berries and pumpkin seeds. It's really simple to make. So what you're going to need for this recipe is some coconut oil, pumpkin seeds, goji berries. You're going to need chocolate, of course, and I'm using a baker's bar. It's 100% cacao. If you can find some organic chocolate, some raw cacao, that would be awesome. I am using this because it is what I could find in my area at my local grocery stores. And so you just want to make sure that you get a cacao that is 70% or higher, because that's when you're really going to start to get the heart health benefits from it. And I'm also using grade B maple syrup and a little bit of pink Himalayan sea salt. And what you're going to need is a small saucepan. You can use a wooden spoon to stir. You're also going to need a piece of parchment paper and a small baking tray and freezer. You'll need a freezer for this recipe. So, to begin making our dark chocolate bark, what you're going to want to do is take about a teaspoon, give or take a little bit, but a teaspoon of coconut oil, and you're going to put that in your pan. And what you're going to do next is add about a tablespoon of maple syrup, depending on how sweet you would like your chocolate to be. I got 100% cacao, so it's very bitter. The higher cacao you get, the more bitter the taste will be, so you might want to add a little bit more sweetener if you don't like the bitter. So I'm going to add about a tablespoon in there. And next we want to add our chocolate. So you can break apart your chocolate bar. It will probably help it melt quicker once you put it on the stove. And I know that these chocolate bars are really hard to break apart, so don't make fun of me here if I can't break them. And you don't have to break it entirely, just break it into squares or pieces. If you're using a raw cacao powder, that's fine. You'll probably want to use maybe 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons. And maybe add a little bit more coconut oil if you are using raw cacao powder. The coconut oil is going to keep our chocolate from sticking. So once you've got all of your ingredients in your pan, you're going to put it on the stove and warm it up slowly. You want to keep stirring it so it doesn't stick. And once it's all melted, we are going to pour it on top of the parchment paper onto our baking tray. Okay, now that we've got our chocolate melted, what you're going to do, like I said, is just pour it over the parchment paper. And you want it to run and get thin. So, like right now I have it in this big glob. What you can do, just kind of flatten out your parchment paper and let it slide on your pan, so that it spreads out pretty well. And next what we're going to do is just add about a tablespoon of pumpkin seeds and a tablespoon of the goji berries. And you're just going to grab them and sprinkle them on top of the chocolate. These are not salted or roasted pumpkin seeds, they're raw, but if you use salted or roasted, that's also going to add a little bit more flavor to the bark for you. And these goji berries are dried. If you don't want to use goji berries, I mean, you can feel free to put whatever toppings you would like on your own dark chocolate bark. I like these. They're packed full of even more antioxidants, and they're very flavorful. So the last thing we're going to do is just a little bit of pink Himalayan sea salt. You don't have to use Himalayan. You can use regular sea salt. But I'm just going to sprinkle just a little bit on top. And pink Himalayan sea salt is very strong, in my opinion, so it doesn't take a whole lot. And now our bark is ready to go in the freezer, and it just needs to sit in the freezer for about 10 minutes until it sets up good, and then we can take it out and break it apart and eat it. Okay, so our bark has sat in the freezer and it's all set up. So now what you can do is just pull it up and break it apart into bite-sized pieces, and you're all set to go. You can keep it in a container, keep it in the freezer if you'd like it cold, but you don't necessarily have to. So I hope you enjoyed this dark chocolate recipe. Make sure that you share if you liked it, subscribe, and leave me a comment below the video. Thanks for watching, and happy Valentine's Day.